Hello and welcome to episode 16 of my Crochet and Knitting Podcast. So if you are a regular viewer, you will probably know that it's been quite a while since I've sat down to record a podcast. I had to look back actually, and it was the 10th of September. So yeah, it's been a few months. At the time of recording, we are the beginning of January. So happy new year to everyone. If you are new to the channel and you've sort of joined me during Vlogmas, hello and welcome. My name is Sam and I live in the east of England. I'm a knitter and crocheter, and this is my space where I share anything sort of crochet, knitting and yarn related really. So this is my sit down podcast where I share what I've been up to, any finished items, which because it's been so long, I have quite a few finished items to show you since September. Any works in progress, also known as WIPs, any purchases and plans, so any new things that are purchased and plans with those purchases, and any upcoming craft related events that I'm attending in the not too distant future. So anyway, let's get on into the video. So what have I been up to? So because it's been quite a while, yeah, I've been up to quite a lot, probably too much to share, but since recording the last podcast, I have been to Yarndale. I've been to the Knit and Stitch show. I think I've been to a few afternoon teas hosted by Blue Fen Yarns. And what else have I been up to? I did Vlogmas. So throughout December, I've recorded a video every single day leading up to Christmas Eve. So yeah, that was quite a challenge in itself. I did it the previous year, and that was kind of unplanned. It was a spare of the moment, I'll do Vlogmas. And yeah, I did it. I think on both of the years that I've done Vlogmas, I've only missed out one day, and that was literally due to not being able to upload it. So yeah, I think I've done quite well there. Some of the ones were pre-recorded because I work full time. So yeah, it's just not possible to record every single day, like sort of live, if that makes sense. But anyway, I really enjoyed Vlogmas, and if you tuned in to join me, I hope you enjoyed them too. So let's jump into finished objects. So just beside me, I've got quite a pile of finished objects. So I'll show you them individually. They're not in like chronological order. One of the things that I did finish first was, so because I do weekly crafting vlogs, if you watch them, you would have seen most of these, or all of these. So if you just tune into my podcast, then I'll show them to you now. But one of the first things that I finished was this jumper for my son Ben. So this is the Flax Pullover by Tin Can Knits, and I think I knit the size 6 to 8 years, I think. So it's actually his 6th birthday today. So happy birthday, Ben. He doesn't watch these, but he's at school today. So yeah, celebrations will start when he comes home. Anyway, side tangent. His birthday's today, so he is 6. And this is 6 to 8 years. He fits in this really, really well. So yeah, that is how it looks. So I can't remember how long it took me, but because I'm not a monogamous knitter, I was working on other projects as well. But yeah, the yarn that I used was Drops Baby Merino. Can't remember the colour name, but it's in the red. I think they only have a couple of reds, and he did actually choose this red as well. It's quite a Christmassy jumper, isn't it? But yeah, I used Drops Baby Merino, as I said, and it's kind of like a sport weight yarn. So the pattern I used was the 4-ply version. Tin Can Knits, with the Flax Pullover, they do sort of a few different sizes. I think they do the 4-ply version, or you know, for the pattern, they do a 4-ply version, a DK version, and a worsted / Aran weight version. So but they're all free. So yeah, such a great pattern, very beginner friendly, and that is exactly why I chose to make it. So yeah, it's just a basic raglan sort of jumper. You can see here where the raglan increases are. Now, off the top of my head, I think this was, yeah, it was a knit front back. So it wasn't a make one left, make one right raglan increase. So very, very easy. I am tempted to do one myself. At the time when I purchased the yarn for this jumper, I actually bought some pink and black yarn as well to make myself a jumper. Now, I haven't started that yet. Bearing in mind, I mean, the sport weight is not far off a 4-ply yarn, so that would take me ages to do my size, that is. But yeah, one last look. That is the flax pullover. So that was one of my first finished items. I'm just going to take from the top of the pile. So this is not in order. So my second finished item, hang on, I'm going to adjust the camera. I'm going to put you back a little bit because I don't have enough space to hold it up. There we go. So the second finished item is the Mixed Media Shawl by Shannon Long. That's Shannon from Blue Fern Yarns. So yeah, this, I want to say it took me 22 days to finish. So what I loved about this pattern was it's a mixture of crochet and knitting. So because the first part is crochet, and I first started with crochet, it worked up very quickly. So yeah, and then we got to the knitting section. Now that was nice and easy because it's like a garter stitch here, and then we come here where you've got some eyelet details with the colour pop. Now that was my first time doing like eyelet details, and yeah, I really enjoyed doing it, to be honest with you. And I quite liked that picking up this shawl, it gave me sort of like different skills to try. So the eyelets was something new for me, and then also the picot bind off. So this was a little bit tedious, I must admit. I'd never done a picot bind off before, but it seemed to be taking forever. But I quite like the effect after all that. And it it ties up the pattern really nicely. So yeah, this took 2 skeins of 4-ply, not all of it, to be honest with you, and it was actually Shannon's yarn that I used. So this colourway here is in the colourway Witch Night, and then this purple colour here is in the colour Mulberry. And the colour pop was a little mini that I bought, which was in the colourway named Barbie. So yeah, all Blue Fern yarns, and this is her pattern. So yeah, I'll sort of try it on and I'll show you. So I kind of wear it up and around the neck like that. So yeah, I did not block this, to be fair. However, it would probably be a good idea to block it, just so it just makes it a little bit bigger for me, because I wear it like this, I tuck these round. Now, I'd like these bits to be just a little bit longer, so I could potentially tie it quite comfortably under there so it doesn't slip off, because sometimes with these triangle scarves or shawls, I do find they sometimes slip and then they become quite loose here. So yeah, I might block it. I'll do like a mass block of all the things that I haven't blocked. So yeah, it just looks really nice, and I love a triangle scarf, to be honest with you. So yeah, that was another finished item. So taking off the top of the pile again, another shawl. So I actually finished these not too far from each other. So I think I finished the Mixed Media Shawl, and then shortly after I finished this one. So I'll show you now. This is the Right Round the Corner shawl. So again, it's a 2 skein 4-ply pattern, and these were the colours that I used. So the first part of the pattern, where you start, is with the striped part, and then you pick up stitches along the edge to then do each of these solid sections. So yeah, I really like the effect of this, and again, it was a nice, easy pattern. I would recommend this for any beginner knitter. So the yarn that I used was Lay Family yarn. Now the dark purple, or sort of pinky purple here, that was in the colourway Rebel. And off the top of my head, I want to say that this was like a merino, yak and nylon blend. And then this colour here, this nice light sort of variegated colour, was in the colourway Sweet Pea, Fire and Ice. And that was just a normal sock makeup of like merino nylon. But yeah, 2 skeins of 4-ply, and you've got yourself a nice size shawl. So yeah, I can't remember how long this took me, but I'll try it on to show you what it looks like. So this one worked up a little bit bigger than the mixed media shawl, only because this is all knitting. So obviously crochet is a little bit yarn hungry, so you know, it took up sort of quite a bit of yarn, and you didn't get as much fabric from it. So yeah, this is what it looks like. Hang on, let me tuck that tail in, make it look a little bit neater. So yeah, this is what it looks like. I really love this effect, and looking at it now, I can definitely see myself making another one. So because it takes 2 skeins of 4-ply, one being sort of like, you know, quite a solid colour, and then one being like a variegated colour, I've got many skeins in my stash that would like go quite nicely to make one of these shawls. I'm thinking next time like a blue colour. I've got many blues in my stash, so yeah, I think later on in the year I will probably make another one just in blue. So yeah, that was another finished item. The next one, going from the top of the pile again, was the Alpine Swell hat. So I'll put down below who that was by, because off the top of my head I can't remember. So yeah, that was done, when was it? I think I cast it on I definitely cast it on in December. Yeah, that is the Alpine Swell hat. So the yarn I used was a custom colourway by Knotted by Nish. I contacted Nish and give her a brief of 3 different colours, black, blue and teal, and this is how the colourway turned out. So I did buy 2 skeins of yarn. The plans were to make a hat, which I did, and the plan with the other one was to make a cowl. Now I haven't done that yet, but it's in my stash ready to make a cowl to go with the hat. But yeah, this sort of tested me a little bit because it's knit like this, and it creates sort of like that sort of texture, and the V's are sort of going off on a slant. It was a different sort of stitch. There was like right twist and things like that, and then right twist decrease. Yeah, a lot of these stitches I did have to Google or YouTube, and I had to look up to see how to do it, but I did it. Now most of this worked up really quickly, and then when I got to like the top part of the hat, I did put it down for quite a few weeks because I had to do a magic loop. Because obviously my circulars, the stitches on my circulars were sort of stretching quite a bit. So yeah, hang on, I'll bring you in a little bit more. So yeah, because they were stretching a little bit, I needed to do magic loop. Now that's not my favourite thing to do when it comes to knitting, or like DPNs and that sort of thing. So yeah, I did do it magic loop in the end. So yeah, I had this idea when it come to New Year that I wanted to get as many whips off my needles as possible to almost like start fresh. Obviously I haven't like eliminated all of them completely because some of them were sort of bigger projects, but I did well. So yeah, I got it finished. and I'm really happy with that. So I'll try it on to show you. So I did show this actually in my weekly crafting vlog, and my son Ben, he actually tried it on as well. But yeah, that is what it looks like. It is quite snug to the head. It's not tight, but it's snug to the head. Now, I usually like a hat with like a folded brim. Now, this obviously doesn't have that. It just has like a ribbed brim. But yeah, nonetheless, I really like it. All that's missing is probably like a pom-pom. So yeah, that was the Alpine Swell hat. Sort my hair out. Take a sip of drink. I'm trying to do the podcast in a little bit of a different way, where I sort of record and keep recording with as little cuts as possible. Because I do find some people like that, you know, like the flow. I usually edit my podcasts quite heavily, yeah, and like cut out ums and, you know, just those annoying like words that you use on repeat. There you go. But yeah, I'm trying to record it a little bit differently, so there's sort of little editing, and it seems more like a chat with a friend, which I quite enjoy as well. But yeah. Okay, so next, I have recently finished this, which I would have shown in a weekly craft and vlog, and that is the Night and Day Cowl by Andrea Mowry. So here it is. So I have recently shown it in my weekly craft and vlog, as I said, but I'll talk about it now if you don't watch those videos. But yeah, look at that stitch pattern. So this is worked, if you can see the V's here, that is simply achieved by doing slip stitches. Yeah, I really like this. This is a DK weight pattern. Again, uses 2 skeins of DK yarn, however, not the whole skein. So I did weigh them after, and I think it was the light colour. I had 56 grams left, and then the dark colour, I had 69 grams left. So it didn't use up much at all. So I would say this is a great stash buster if you've perhaps done, well, I was going to say if you've done socks and you have like half a skein left. If you've done DK weight socks and you have sort of like half skeins left, you know, that would be good to use them up for this. But yeah, if I hold it like this, I was holding it too close to the camera, you can see that it points, the bottom part is like a point. So yeah, I really like this because all the way round you have got a nice edging with like an I-cord edge, if you can see that. So yeah, I will put it on. Oh no, hang on, I'll just show you a few more details. So this was knit flat, and then you seamed it up at the back. So yeah, it was knit flat. And the seam at the back looks like this. So I did a mattress stitch. I'm not sure how well that looks, but anyway, I did a mattress stitch. So that's how I joined them up together. There was one thing in the pattern as well. I did look at the pattern, went through it, counted each section, and for some reason I've got like a double the amount of this light colour. Yeah, I'm not sure why, but in the pattern it also asked to offset these slip stitches. Can you see here where it sort of then goes like offset? So yeah, I don't know if it was me or the pattern, but I did follow the pattern. Yeah, anyway, still don't know why that was in there, because it didn't come up again in the pattern, but if I show you like this, it's at the back. So you can't even see it anyway, which is fine. But yeah, let me try it on. I'll remove my glasses because it is a bit snug. Okay, so let me just move it round. So yeah, that is what it looks like. So the pattern, has a few different sizes. Now, let me see. Okay, so the sizes that you can do is a child size, teen, adult small, or adult large. Now, Andrea Mowry did the adult small in the pattern, and because how it looks a bit drapey. Now, when I saw that, I was like, okay, I'll do an adult small, but I think my tension was a little bit different to Andrea's. So yeah, mine come out, I'd say a little bit tighter maybe. So it is a little bit more snug. It's not like really tight to my neck, but you can see, you know, it's a little bit, I've got a little bit of room, but not too much. But I quite like that actually, because, you know, there's no gaps here where the wind can get to your neck. So yeah, I quite like that. If I was to make it again, I would make the adult size large, just because I know my tension is perhaps a little bit tight. And I'd like one that I could put comfortably over my head. It's not going to stop me wearing it because look at that. I mean, it looks really nice. I would say, because of the colours, it would go quite well with most tops in my wardrobe. Although most tops in my wardrobe are black. So yeah, of course it would go with most colours. Well, I don't think black is a colour, is it? But anyway, I'm wearing like a grey top today and it goes quite well with grey, but grey is a neutral, isn't it? Oh yeah, so let me talk about the yarn. So the yarn I used was, so the dark colour was Lay Family yarn in the colourway Midnight. And I want to say that one was a blend of yak, silk and merino. Was it? Yeah. It definitely had yak in it, I know that much. And then the lighter colour, get closer, the lighter colour was like a variegated sort of colour, and that was Craft House Magic in the colourway, I want to say Joyride. I think that's the colourway name. But yeah, it's such a lovely colour. So when I made this pattern, I wanted like the same sort of monochrome look that Andrea created, like that. But with my light colour, I wanted like a little pop of colour here and there. And this colourway by Craft House Magic is perfect for that, or, you know, was perfect for that. So that's why I chose those colours together. The colourway Midnight by Lay Family Yarn is like a really sort of nice dark charcoal sort of colour. So yeah, I really like how these look together. And I'll actually keep it on, to be honest. It's quite nice and cosy. So yeah, that was my next finished item. I think I shared all the details for this. So my next finished item, which I did a video on during Vlogmas, was this Centro knitted beanie. So yeah, I did a video on this because I dyed up some of my own yarn. I'm not making this a business. This was for me. So I had 3 skeins of yarn that I dyed up, and this was one of them. So this was the Aran weight yarn. I actually purchased all the yarn from Yarndale, and also the colour, the dyes. So that was from Colourcraft, and yeah, the colours that I used were ultra blue, and like the speckles were black. So yeah, I really liked how that turned out, and let me try it on and show you. So yeah, this is just a nice sort of like, it's almost like the, oh, what is it? What's that beanie called? I can't remember the name of it. But it's the beanie where you knit sort of like double and then fold it in on itself. So it's like a double thickness beanie. It will come to me later, I know it. But yeah, this is how it looks. And I just love how the colours are. So I haven't put a pom-pom on this. I don't think I would, to be honest. But yeah, I just love it. And I loved how the yarn turned out as well, because I literally just dyed it in my kitchen. Now, if you haven't seen that video is also on YouTube. I did that during Vlogmas. And I have also dyed a couple more skeins of yarn that I haven't knit with yet or crocheted. So I'll show you the other one. This one is in a chunky yarn. Now, yeah, you can't really see the black speckles, I don't think. But it's very similar to this one. But I also dyed a DK yarn. Look at that. Do you know what? It looks better caked up than when it was like in the hank, like, you know, folded out. Yeah, so you'll see this in the video, but when I dyed this one, I kind of laid the yarn in a pan with like residue colour already in there. So yeah, I let it sort of suck up that colour, if you like, and it created, like where you see the lighter bits, it created almost like a bit of a light turquoise base. Now, when I achieved that, I then laid on like some of the darker colours, but I only done it on one side. So yeah, so with yarn dyeing, I believe you do one side, then you turn it over to then colour the other side. Well, I just coloured one side. So yeah, I don't know how this is going to knit up or crochet up. But yeah, I do want to find out actually. But I don't know what project to use as of yet, because it's just one skein of DK. But yeah, I love how it's caked up though. You can see like all those colours in there. I think I did your black speckle as well, but you can't see it very well. But yeah, anyway, these are two yarns that I dyed up that I have yet to use. They are really nice and soft. I want to say there's a little bit of silk in this one. Yeah, there is. It's really, really soft. So I will take off the hat because, well, I'm not wearing a hat indoors. So yeah, I'm getting to the end of my finished items. So the last finished item is my Minecraft blanket. So I'll give you a little bit of a backstory. So back in April last year, I had the idea of I had the idea of crocheting a load of granny squares to then sew them together to create a Minecraft creeper blanket for my son. Now, he chose the green colours. I mean, bearing in mind, there's only two greens and a black in this blanket. But he chose the colours. I crocheted up all the squares. I did it using solid granny square, which I did do a tutorial on. I'll hopefully link it down below if you want to go check that out, because you could easily recreate something like this of your own, especially if you've got a child in your life who is into Minecraft, or just, you know, anything like that really. So I will move the camera so I can get this in because it's quite big. So I forgot to say that I actually did a video for Vlogmas on keeping myself accountable to get this finished because I had all the squares done and they were literally sitting in a box for months. Yeah, anyway, I'll show you what it looks like. Here we go. So this is a Minecraft creeper blanket. As you can see, it's very big. So yeah, anyway, so I did crochet all these together. Oh, that was the back. Hang on. So there you go. You can see here how I've crocheted them together. But yeah, I quite enjoyed it, to be honest, because once I got one row done, I was like, right, on to the next one. And yeah, it's just like an evening project, to be honest, because I didn't want to see my son doing it, because I wanted a little bit of a surprise on Christmas when he opened it. I will actually insert like a little video here. So this is Ben opening it on Christmas Day.
To Ben, Merry Christmas, love Mummy. Thank you, love Mummy. Thank you, love Mummy. Oh yeah.
Your mum.
Minecraft!
Ben.
No.
Ben. Mummy
Yeah.
made this.
Can I just play a game with it?
Yeah.
So when I hit it, you'll make the creeper noise. No.
Took hours.
This can
Mum
be.
has been spending so much time making that for you.
Can you get scissors?
Do you love it, Ben?
Yes, I do.
So yeah, it was lovely to see Ben opening it because yeah, it's something that I said I was going to do, but I said I was going to do it quite a while ago, but I'm glad I got it finished. And yeah, I was able to gift it to him on Christmas Day, which was great. So yeah, he has used it several times already. He likes to wake up quite early in the morning, but it's nice because he doesn't disturb me and my husband. And when I say quite early, it's like 5 in the morning sometimes. But he will take himself off downstairs, recline the sofa, put a blanket on, and just watch something on TV. So yeah, it's really nice that he does that. And yeah, he's got his own blanket to do it with. So yeah, they were all my finished items. So now on to works in progress. So that I don't actually have many of because I have been like working through my works in progress to get them done, because it's the new year. I wanted a bit of a sort of new slate, if you like, and work on new projects. So out with the old and in with the new. So yeah, I will show you the projects that I am working on. The first one I will show you actually is what I've been working on quite a lot recently. So it's living in this redesigned project bag. I want to say this is the 39. So this is the one with the handle, and then you've also got these D-rings to have like a strap that you can wear sort of like over the shoulder. So this is actually a recent purchase since my last podcast. I think, sorry, I just moved the camera a little bit. So I believe I bought, yeah, I did. I bought this at the Blue Fen Yarns pop-up shop when she was at Venetia's back in November. So yeah, I treated myself because it was my birthday the previous day. So it was a little birthday present to myself. So I will show you the project that it's holding because this is my no-frill sweater. Hang on, why did I move the camera? I'll probably need a little bit more space. There we go. Okay, so how do I show you this? So here we go. This is my no-frill sweater. So I have completed one sleeve and I'm on the second sleeve. So yeah, so the pattern, no-frill sweater, is by Petite Knit. The yarn that I'm using is by Creative Anarchy in the colourway LH44. Now, I purchased the yarn for this back in, I want to say July, when I went to the Summer Wool Festival. Now, I had to order it from her because I ordered 6 skeins for the jumper. Although I probably could have done this with just 5 skeins. Yeah, so hang on, let me show you. I'm on the last sleeve and I've got this much yarn left. Now, you're probably thinking, why are you using 2 balls for one sleeve? Now, I'm doing the sort of like term helical knitting. Now, if you haven't heard of helical knitting, it's where you basically knit one row, you slip a few stitches and then knit the other row in another ball of yarn. You mainly do that with hand dyed yarn, you know, when it's got like a variegation, so that you don't get any pooling, or when you change to a different skein, you don't see the sort of like a jump in colour, because with hand dyed yarn they are all going to be just slightly different, aren't they? even though this was the same dye batch, because she dyed it all together, helical knitting is probably the best way to achieve, you know, the right colour. I hope I'm explaining that right. But yeah, here on the last sleeve, I have marked all my decreases. Now on the sleeve you decrease every 5 rows, so I'm just marking that so I know where I'm up to. But I want to say I am halfway done with the sleeve, and because I'm decreasing, hopefully the second half of this sleeve will go quite quickly. So it's very nearly done. All I've got to do after this sleeve is obviously do the cuff and then block it. Well, no, I've got to weave in all my ends and then block it, and then I can wear it. So yeah, I'm so excited to have this done, to be honest. But yeah, I love how the colour is working up, if you see that. So yeah, as I said, because I am helical knitting, it looks really nice with the colour. There's no sudden jump from, oh, this is one skein of yarn, and then I've suddenly swapped to another skein of yarn. Because yeah, you don't get that with helical knitting. You can't tell, basically. So yeah, that is my no frill sweater. Nearly done. So my next work in progress is something that I haven't touched in quite a few months, so not much progress has been made on it, but this is living in my Project 10 redesigned bag, and it is the Stephen West painting honeycomb shawl. Now, bearing in mind, I haven't touched this in a few months, so yeah, not much progress has been made, but this is where I'm up to. So you can see here how the blue colours are like fading. So the yarn that I'm using is a load of mini skeins from Chroma Nima. So these blues here that you can see are 100% cashmere, and they are really, really soft. The contrasting colour here, which is like the grey colour, is by Blue Fen Yarns, and that's in the colourway Ink. So the blend of that, it's not 100% cashmere, but I tried to get it as close as possible. Let me see if I can get it out. Yeah, okay, so Blue Fen Yarns. Oh no, hang on, it's not in the colourway Ink. It's in the colourway After Dark. Good job I got that out. So yeah, After Dark is the colourway name, and it's on the Luxe 4-ply base, which is 70% superwash merino, 20% silk and 10% cashmere. Now this was the closest blend that I could get without being 100% cashmere, I think. Well, no, I mean, I could have bought 100% cashmere, but that would have been very expensive. These mini skeins, actually, I actually won as a raffle prize at the East Anglian Yarn Festival in 2025. So yeah, that was a brilliant raffle prize win. So yeah, this is where I'm up to. And if I show you the edge with the decreases, you can see here how it's like stepping, and then obviously this row here is shorter than this one. So when I started this, it was started with an I-cord edge. Now that was so tedious. I want to say it was like 290 odd stitches of I-cord edging. But once I got past that bit, the fun part started, where I was adding the colour, I was creating these honeycomb shapes, and each time I finished a row, I then joined with another colour, because what I found, actually, if you are interested in doing this shawl, so with the first row, I actually used a whole 10-gram mini skein. So yeah, if you want to create your own shawl, and you've got similar tension to me, just be aware that you can use this with 10-gram minis. So I've got 24 10 gram minis that I can use in this shawl. And yeah, I used the whole mini skein really. I think they were 10 gram minis. Let me just have a look. Yeah, they were. So yeah, I had 250 grams altogether with the minis. Oh yeah, that's it, because I had an extra skein or extra mini skein in like a white colour, but that was for swatching. But yeah, I don't swatch. But yeah, that was the details of the raffle prize I got, and that was by the brand Crochet Knitting. So yeah, the yarn actually, well, I can't show you because they're all caked up, but it's actually like a rainbow fade. And because I really liked the blues and wanted to make the most of the colours, oh, that's the back side. Yeah, because I really liked the colours and I wanted to make the most of them, I started with the blues because that's like the longest portion. So yeah, that is where I'm up to. So as soon as I've finished my no frill sweater, I can pick this up again and get more done on it, because I found actually that getting to this point, it actually worked up quite quickly. Yeah, that is the progress. It's very long. So this is actually my first Stephen West shawl, and I do have plans to make another one, but I'll get to that in a little while. So come to think of it, they were actually my only work in progresses at the moment, because I have whittled down my whips to almost nothing. I've only got 2, but I do have a plan to start another project, which I'll kind of show you. I have kind of shown this in my weekly craft and vlog, which if you watch them you would have seen this, but I am starting the new year with almost like a New Year's resolution, and that is to start my first colour work project. Now, I've never done colour work before, so yeah, I'm going to show you now. Let me just show you this first of all. So for Christmas, I got the Doodle Deck card deck. So it's got 200 motifs in there, and it's exactly the same motifs as in the book, but it's a card deck. So yeah, I've got like the different cards in there. I'll just show you one actually. So yeah, different card motifs, and then you've got the details in the back. So yeah, I got that for Christmas. I thought that would be really nice to have it in this form, because I can just take out the motifs that I want and work with it that way, rather than having like different pages in the book where I'm sort of flicking back and forth to. But another way that you can use them is on Pacific Knit Co website. They do have a free like doodle chart. Oh, it's upside down. This is why I edit how I edit usually. I would have cut that bit out, but we're carrying on. So yeah, this is a blank doodle master chart. You can download this for free on Pacific Knit Co website. And I have literally just doodled the motifs that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to be using the dragonfly motif, and then, hang on, and then this sort of geometric motif, and then this floral motif. Now it does look like a snowflake. It is not, it is a floral doodle deck. But yeah, these are like the repeating patterns that I'm going to be using. So yeah, I've arranged it like that, so it maybe be easier to follow. But then I did use like a pixel app and created them even bigger. So yeah, I've done that one as well. So yeah, either way, I've got both of them to work with. I'd probably say that the larger motif would probably be easier to work from. Who knows? I've not started yet, but I am nearly ready to start because I have caked up all the yarn. Now, the yarn that I'm using is so Advents I got a 12-day advent from Craft House Magic. That's my friend Ellie. Now it was gifted only because I designed a pattern for her, a crochet pattern for the advent that she created. So yeah, that was the dragon wing crochet shawl. So with my colourwork project, I will be using that advent, and to go along with it, just a plain undyed 4-ply yarn with stellina in there. So this was by Henny Penny Makes, and I purchased that from the East Anglia Yarn Festival. Now that was in my stash, and I thought I'll pull that out so I can put it with these. Now I'll see if I can insert like a picture of Ellie's advent, because they are literally all caked up now. I'll show you 4 of them, bearing in mind I've got 12 colours. So yeah, it literally starts from this lovely dark purple, and then it fades into blues and then teals. Now, I love this one, and I actually chose, well, I did buy it at festival, and then she refunded me because it was a gift for doing the pattern for her. But I did choose this one because I love the mood board. I love dragonflies, as you can tell with one of the motifs that I've chosen, which is quite fitting really for this advent. But yeah, it's a dragonfly themed, and I just love the colours in there, you know, purples, blues, teals. Yeah, I just love the mood board. So I'm going off on a bit of a tangent, I think. So the white is going to be for the motifs, and then the colours are going to be the background. So I'm going to start with the purple. I'm going to knit all of that for the background until I run out, and then I will move on to the next colour. So I don't know how far that will get me, but I do know that all the motifs are going to be in this colour here. Yeah, that wasn't going to be my original plan. My original plan was going to be to use like a dark yarn as the background, and then all the different colours of the mini skeins for the motifs. But yeah, plans change, don't they? But anyway, that is my plan with all these yarns. It's actually living in my project 9. I'm going to kind of show you that, there we go. They're all caked up, all the minis, all caked up and put in this section here. And then in this section here is just the undyed yarn. So yeah, it's all ready to go. The only thing I need to do is like choose my needles. I think I'll probably use like a 3.5mm needle for this because it's 4-ply. Now with colourwork, I don't know if you change your needles depending on yeah, I don't know. I've not done colourwork yet, so I will start, and if I don't like the way that the colourwork is sort of happening, I might change down a needle size or something like that. But yeah, that is living in my Project 9 redesigned bag. I've got 3 redesigned bags now, all different sizes. But yeah, I really like them because they're really great quality. They lay flat and, well, they look nice as well. So talking of bags, I will just quickly show you because I'm probably moving on to any purchases and plans with those purchases. So yeah, I'll move on to this now. So a purchase that I made, but then I got for Christmas. So a little bit of a backstory. I purchased this in the sale because, well, I loved it. And my husband said to me, I don't know what to get you for Christmas. And because it would literally just arrived, I just give it to him and said, wrap that up and give that to me for Christmas. So that's exactly what he did. But this is the bag. Now, I've probably got way too many bags at this point, but it's a Dr. Martens leopard print bag. Oh, look at that. So I have actually used this as a project bag. So I have like a leopard print Lucy and Yak toiletry bag, which I use as a project bag, and it fits really nicely inside here. So yeah, Inside here is actually a strap because, again, like my Project 39 bag, it has the handles, and then it does have clips here where you can have an over-the-shoulder bag as well. Yeah, I quite like holding it like this, to be honest, or on your arm like that. But yeah, anyway, that was one of my purchases, and yeah, plan of that is to use as a handbag or a project bag. Love the leopard print. If you're a regular viewer of mine, you'll know I'm a little bit leopard print obsessed. So next, with purchases and plans, so I'll show you this bag actually, another bag. So I went to London in December. I would have vlogged that as part of Vlogmas, but I went to Beautiful Knitters in London. They're based in Pimlico, in the Westminster borough. But yeah, I bought that bag from them. It has the slogan knitter on there, and that's just sort of storing yarns that I've either purchased or just new yarns incoming. So the first one is yarn that I got from Loop London. That's another London yarn shop. Now, I purchased 3 skeins of yarn from there. I did show this in my Vlogmas video, but if you didn't watch any of them, I'll show you them now. So I'll show you this one separately. This is a skein by King Fibre or Ching Fibre. I don't quite know how you say it. They're a London-based yarn dyer, and yeah, look at the colours. So I do like pinks, I like purples, I like blues, more often blues, but I saw this and I thought that looks really nice, and I haven't got anything like it in my stash, so I did purchase that. This is in the colourway Flamingo, and that is on the super soft DK base, which is 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. So yeah, I purchased that. Might make a good cowl, a hat maybe, who knows, but I just like the colour and I thought it would go well in my stash. So that's why I purchased that one. And then the next 2 skeins, which I might use together, were these 2. So they're both by Life in the Long Grass. And where are these from? I remember one of my viewers told me, are they like an Irish yarn dyer? I'm not sure, but anyway, this one here is in the colourway Chroma, and it's just basically a plain undyed yarn with just pops and speckles of colour, literally all the colours of the rainbow in there. I thought that would be a really nice sort of neutral in my stash, like a neutral without being a neutral, if that makes sense. So I purchased that one. And then to go with that, maybe, is this one. So yeah, this is a nice semi-solid / solid. I mean, it's not variegated or anything. But that is in the colourway Jewel. And that's, yeah, typical sock makeup for both of them. So yeah, they were the 3 skeins of yarn that I purchased from Loop London. And then the next yarn that I wanted to show you was actually my 25-day skeins of yarn in my advents. So I did a yarn advent calendar swap, and this one was day 25. So yeah, a lovely skein of yarn by Yarn Unique. This is in the colourway Aurora number 3, and yeah, as you can see, that has lovely blues and teals in there, and look at that sparkle. That's just gorgeous, isn't it? Is it? Yeah, it's 5% Lurex. Now, Lurex is so different to Stellina because it just really pops, doesn't it? So yeah, I got that one, which is going in my stash. And then another 25-day skein of yarn that I got in my advent was this one. Now, this one was in my 12-day advent by Craft House Magic, and I just love that. that is beautiful. I've got a lot of skeins of yarn in my stash where this would quite happily like pair with. But yeah, I love that. So this one is called Dance of the Dragonfly, Christmas Day, Dragonfly Advent 2025. So yeah, a 4-ply skein of yarn. I'm not going to use this with my minis that I got in the Advent calendar, as I've just shown you for my colourwork project. I'm going to use it for that. But this one will quite happily, be another project in itself. Apologies if you can hear a jet going over. I think it's a jet. Yeah, they must be doing some sort of training. Anyway, moving on. So, because it's January, there's been a few yarn dyers with January sales. So, I haven't opened this yet, but I know what I've got, obviously. But this was a package from Moonlight Fibre. So I will unpackage it and I will cut out the rustling. Okay, ready? So these are the yarns that I purchased. So she was having a sale, and I want to say these were like £14 or £15 each. Now, yeah, I couldn't pass up on that offer, and I really like the colours. So I'll go through them one at a time. So this one here, it's just like a semi-solid, like lovely blue colour. It's in the colourway Moon Shadow, and it's on the deluxe sock base, which is 85% merino and 15% nylon. So yeah, it does actually feel really soft, really nice. So you get 400 meters per 100 grams, and I just really like that colour. And because it's like, quite almost like a solid colour, that would be quite nice to use with like highly variegated yarns. And yeah, same for the others really. So they might not necessarily be used in a project together, but more so for like having like a solid / semi-solid to go with a variegated yarn. Anyway, this is the second colour I got. Now that is in the colourway Aurora's Whisper. So again, it's on the deluxe 4-ply base. But yeah, it's like got different sort of shades of purple in there, a little bit of pinky bits. But yeah, really like that colour as well. And then next is this lovely like tealy colour. So this is in the colourway Celestial Drift, and again on the deluxe sock base. So they were the 3 skeins of yarn that I bought in the sale. And yeah, I think that was a bit of a bargain, to be honest. So plans with these purchases, as I said, like a skein of, semi-solid / solid would go quite nice with a variegated yarn. I didn't necessarily have a plan, but it was more so for stash enhancement. So I've got more like solid colours to use with variegated yarns, as I said. So yeah, that will become a project like in itself, I guess. This will go with something, this will go with something, and so will this one. Just maybe not together, although they do look really nice together as well. But who knows, they're just stash enhancement, as I said. And obviously, as I've shown you earlier, I did get this for Christmas as well. So, and I'm already making plans for that one. So yeah, they were like purchases and plans recently. Any purchases that I got from, say, Yarndale, the Knit and Stitch show, or like Blue Fern Yarns Afternoon Tea, I'm not going to show that here because I've made a lot of purchases since September. So they were all in vlogs of their own, like the Knit and Stitch show, where I did actually meet Stephen West. I actually got an autograph from him. I had a little mini interview with Stephen West. If you haven't seen that, go check out my Knit and Stitch show vlog, because yeah, I have a little mini interview with him, and then I also film pretty much most of his talk that he did. It's a really inspiring talk. So literally, if you haven't watched that, I would recommend watching it. Yeah, really inspiring. So yeah, obviously, I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent here. So yeah, obviously, yarn that I bought from the Knit and Stitch show, I showed on that vlog. Yarn from Yarndale, I also showed on that vlog. So I'm not going to show it again, although it is kind of new to the podcast, if that makes sense. So yeah, they were my purchases and plans. Okay, so I almost forgot to show you my advents because that was kind of purchases that I've made that I opened during December. So yeah, I haven't shown you on the podcast, so I will show you now. So I did obviously have a few advents. I had the one from Craft House Magic, which I did kind of show you, although not in their skeins of yarn, but I got that one. Then I had an advent swap. I haven't actually put them on a string of yarn, but I will put a little picture up here because I did line them up to almost create a little bit of a fade. So yeah, they were the yarns that I got for my advent calendar swap. So a bunch of really nice blue colours. Then I had the 24-day advent from the Little Grey Girl. Now they come in almost like two halves. So I'm just getting them out to show you. So just to remind you, this was the inspiration for the Little Grey Girl's advent calendar. That was ink and alchemy. So I'll start with the ink. So I have put it on a piece of string to show you the colour fade. So there we go. So it's basically a grey fade, but I really like grey as like a neutral colour. So plans for this, I haven't got a plan yet, but I do know that I'm splitting up the advent calendar. So I would use this for one project and then the other half for another project. But yeah, as to what project, I don't know. So yeah, can you guys help me out? Can you recommend any sort of patterns that would require 12, 20 gram minis? That, you know, like using a fade, because I really want to use these colours to their full potential. Well, when I say colours, I mean it's grey, but do you know what I mean? I want to make the most out of like the fade that these create. So yeah, that was half of the advent calendar, and then the other half, now I kind of have a plan for this one. So look at that. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, this is like basically a rainbow fade, really, isn't it? So when I first started opening this, this was my first colour, and most of you will know that I don't really work with, well, these sort of colours, but putting them together, they do look really nice. Now, my plans for this is to create a striped tee, like a striped t-shirt in 4-ply. Now all I need to do is get like a black to go with it, because I want to do a striped tee. So that's using like a black and then this colour, although like small stripes, then another black, then the next colour, and so forth. So yeah, it's going to be like a rainbow striped tee, just separated with the blacks. So yeah, that is kind of the plan for this one. So I don't know when I'm going to get it started, but that is a plan, and a plan for 2026, hopefully. Next, I had the Blue Fern Yarns Advent, which was in this lovely box. And the colour, well, the inspiration was Weather the Storm. So when Shannon brought this out, actually, I just loved the concept of the idea, Weather the Storm, and actually the mood board, I quite like the colours as well, because as you can see, there's like moody sort of purples, blues, and then they get a bit brighter. The only part of the Advent I didn't, well, not that I didn't like, but that's not my sort of palette, is the greens. But they work with the rest of the colours. So I will get them out and show you. Sorry for the rustling. So they're 24 minis on a string, so I hope I can show you them well. So yeah, these are the colours. So as you can see here, it's starting off really moody, sort of like greys, and then it goes into purples, into blues, and then into greens. But all together, they work really well. Now, plan with this one is probably a Stephen West shawl. I don't know which one, but I do know that it's got to be a Stephen West shawl, hasn't it? Because I can use all these minis in there. Although saying that, I do know a few people who's done the Painting Bricks shawl by Stephen West, and they only used half of these, to be honest. Not half of the colours, but half of the skeins of yarn. These are 20-gram minis. So yeah, as I said, with my Painting Honeycomb shawl, I've only used 10 grams on each sort of section so far. So yeah, I could probably get another project out of this. And because of how expensive Advents are, bonus. 2 projects in one. But yeah, they are the colours, and that is kind of the plan with them, a Stephen West shawl. So anyway, that was a lot of yarn there. I do hopefully plan to go through that in 2026. But yeah, let's go on to any upcoming plans and events. So this month, on the 18th of January actually, is the Waltham Abbey Wool Show. Now, I did last year, because of where I work, I have to book annual leave way in advance. And because I usually work a Sunday, the Waltham Abbey Wool Show is on a Sunday. Now, I kind of looked at the calendar of yarn shows for like this year, 2026, and I kind of booked off the odd weekend here and there so that I could potentially go to it if I fancied it. So I have actually bought my ticket for Waltham Abbey Wool Show because it is a one-day event on the 18th of January, and I will be attending. So this is my first time going. It's only a couple of hour drive away. Where is it? I think it's Essex. Yeah, I think it's based in Essex. So yeah, as I said, a couple of hour drive away. So I'll drive up in the morning, go along to the show, and then I'll drive myself home. So that way there's no like overnight stays or anything like that. So I can save myself a bit of money for more yarn shopping. But yeah, I've had a look at the list of vendors, and I'm really excited to see you know, some of the vendors there. A lot of who I've seen before, but there are a few that I really like their yarns. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna go. I'm gonna vlog the festival as well. So yeah, keep a lookout for that video. That will obviously be after the 18th of January. So yeah, what do I plan to buy? So on my list to buy is probably a sweater's quantity of yarn, because I do have a few jumpers that I want to make in 2026. Obviously I've nearly finished my no frill sweater, and I bought like a sweater's quantity from Creative Anarchy for that one. The next one, well, the next jumper that I do is going to be a different one. I haven't quite chosen which pattern, but I know that I want to buy like a sweater's quantity for a sweater. So that's kind of my plans on what I'm looking out for. Other plans and events this coming month? No, actually, the 7th of February, I think, is the next Blue Fen Yarns afternoon tea. Now, I'm going there along with my sister, and well, who is it? Super Effective Fibres are going to be the pop-up there. Now, I've never bought any of his yarn, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to like having a look, seeing what takes my fancy. So that's my upcoming plans and events. Okay, so that kind of comes to the end of the podcast. Yeah, I can't believe it had took me like several months since September to record another one. So plans for 2026. Obviously, I want to continue with my podcast. Not sure yet if it's going to be like a month. Yeah, actually, I'll probably aim to do it monthly. So a monthly podcast, just so I've got some, like progress to show you basically, because every 2 weeks I don't really think that I'd have a huge amount of progress to show you. So yeah, let's aim for like a monthly podcast from now. Obviously I'm continuing with my weekly craft and vlog. That's definitely a thing. And then you'll get the added bonus of like a yarn show vlog here and there when I do attend them. Obviously I'm not going to attend every single one because I have a family. I'm not going to abandon them every weekend because I generally only have a Saturday off to spend time with them. So yeah, that is kind of my plans for 2026. So yeah, if that's something that you're interested in watching, do consider liking and subscribing so you know when those videos come out. So as I always like to do, if you have made it this far, please leave me a firework emoji to celebrate the new year and a heart emoji as well. And leave me a comment down below to let me know if you've made any New Year's resolutions or New Year's intentions, as some like to say. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!